All right, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Shill Nye. I'm hanging out here, Netflix and Chill, episode number 2. I'm hanging out here with my boy Crypto Orangutan,
Hello.
and we've got a special addition to the team today, Crypto Verso. What's going on, Verso?
Yo, what's up, guys? Cryptoversa here, or Shill I am on Twitter.
Yeah, and we are missing a couple other people. We're missing Mini Baby Whale, and we're missing Captain Coin G, but it's okay.
I heard Wales gone to Walmart to buy some more fluffy slippers.
probably probably something like that. But yeah, we're still gonna rock out. And you know me, Shil and I, we did an introduction last time on episode 1. You know Crypto Orangutan from his introduction on episode 1. But you don't know Verso yet. So Verso, why don't you just give us a little background of how you got started into the crypto world and how you're feeling with everything right now?
All right, so I got into crypto around April last year, so nearly a year, or actually around a year ago, exactly. So how I got into it, right? I was staying at my ex-girlfriend now's flat, and I just got on a beast PC for my birthday. And I was always, I've always been a console player. Yeah, I know, like console's dead, but still. And PC gamers were always like, "Oh, you should get a PC. You should get a PC." So I got a PC and I tried it out. I played CS:GO and I was fucking terrible at it. So I was sat there with like a beast PC that I just wasn't using because I don't like playing games I'm shit at. And then I was like, oh, I remember seeing a video on YouTube. Yeah, I know. And I remember seeing a video on YouTube about, I think it was Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whatever you call it. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well use my PC to, mine some coins. So I used Nice Hash and I destroyed the PC by just mining 24/7. It doesn't work anymore. And anyway, long story short, that like relit a passion I had for crypto years before, but I kind of just let it go. And yeah, so that's how I got into crypto. We won't get into why she's my ex-girlfriend now, but it is a bit related to hours and hours and hours spent on crypto and nothing else. But yeah, should I say like a bit about like my first few buys or not?
Yeah, yeah. Share your buys. Share if you've been in any like crazy scams or some fucking crazy ass story that we want to know about.
I've got a good story. Did I just hit Fortnite?
What's that?
I swear I just heard like okay, nothing. So my first ever buy was no joke, it was Ripple. That was my first ever buy. I bought it at around 3 cents and I sold it at 30 cents. So my first trade was a pretty damn good trade, 10x. And I saw something on Twitter. I don't remember who tweeted it. I think it's that Brandt guy. He said something which I actually really agree with, something along the lines of the worst thing that can happen for a new trader is for them to be very profitable in their first trades. And this goes on to my next trade, which shows that that first statement that I just made is really true. So I just sold for 30 cents and I then just went all in on DigiBuy at just under a cent.
You're,
I know I should talk in sats, but hello, what?
you're one of these guys. Are you
Yeah, okay, bro. I was
like
a new man. I just started. Don't take the piss. So I went all in on, I was just going balls deep, bro. I didn't know shit back then. So I went balls deep into DigiBuy at just under a cent. And you guys probably remember around April, May, June time, DigiBuy
yeah,
come to like 6 cents. By the way, I'm saying it in cents on purpose because at the start, all I looked at was cents, not sats. And because of my first trade, I was like, oh, I'm a beast. Like, this is going 10x too. It's going to be the easiest trade ever. And I just held it. I hodled. And, it crashed. You guys probably remember it just went straight back down and took eight. It never went back up to that price in sats. And yeah, I look back now and I was just, what?
it was over 2000.
Yeah, it was. And oh, wait, what do you mean?
Like you were the one of the like legendary community members that held Digibyte from 2000 Satoshis, right?
Yeah, I was one of those idiots, exactly. So looking back, it's kind of funny to look at me because I'm that same noob. If there's anyone in this live stream, I was you. That's new. I was you. People are gonna take the piss out of you. I was such a like textbook crypto noob. And bro, trust me, you just learn through experience. I know that sounds so like cliche, but you seriously, in crypto, you just learn so much through experience. That doesn't mean you have to lose all your money to learn a lesson, but that it can help, you know? So if you bought in at 20K or something, trust me, like it'll go back up. Don't give up all hope. Yeah.
Jesus, we got a fucking motivational speaker in here. God damn.
Oh yeah, and before you guys, I was expecting Minnie and Captain to be here. Nye's probably the guy that's gonna keep saying it, but yes, I'm the fucking retard that DM'd actual advice saying you intrigue me, so I'm a fucking tool too.
That was actually cool. I appreciate that one.
Yeah, you do.
That was the funniest shit. That was good.
Yeah.
Bro, what I don't care about it, but it just because you look at the other DMs. First of all, the top reply to his tweet exposing all his DMs was taking the piss out of mine when there was like people going, "Oh, can I have Bitcoin and shit?" The thing is, it just made it look like I was about to beg him for Bitcoin when I actually wanted to ask him to go on the Crypto Street podcast. But yeah.
It's just funny. It's like so random. Like if someone messaged me,
Bro, that's what I do. Like, because it's things like that that will actually get people like his attention. Like, if you just write, you know, like a normie, boring message, like, "Oh, I'm such a great fan of yours. I love your work." He's not even gonna look at it. But he actually, I think I showed you guys the DMs. He replied something like, well, it's ended pretty well because he said, "Oh, I'll do a written interview with you." So, you know, no one knows anything really about actual advice. I don't think. I don't know anything. And like, this sounds cringy as fuck, but he does. Like, you have to admit, he must intrigue you guys a bit. He's rich as fuck. He makes like his friend, he flew out Romano and was fucking buying hookers so he'd eat their ass out and then tweeting about it. Does that not sound like someone you want to interview? Come on.
I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know. I haven't put enough time or energy into thinking about that, to be honest with you, to give you an honest answer of yes or no. I find it hilarious.
Yeah, he did say it was one of the DMs that made him laugh. So, mission.
There's your in. There you go. Congratulations.
Thanks, bro. I sound like such a fan right now.
Yeah, you do. In like 6 months, when I'm at like 20K followers, you're gonna be DMing me like, "You intrigue me."
Bro, no. No, fuck you. That's never happening, bro. You're gonna be spamming me Pepe, or well, how do you pronounce it in America? Pepe, yeah.
Pepe, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna be spamming Pepe's. Mate, me and Monkey, by the way, we just call orangutan Monkey. Me and Monkey had to like mute you on Telegram after 2 minutes because you wouldn't stop fucking spamming shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't add me on Telegram unless you're like ready for some Pepe bombs for real.
Yeah, do not.
But so before we get into the exact show, I just want everybody who's listening to know that, like, hey, if you want to like ask some questions or make any comments or whatever, just drop it in the chat bar. I'm watching the chat bar, and we will all answer those questions for you. But
yeah, don't worry. Not like last podcast where they didn't answer any question.
Yeah, we just fucking ignored all you guys.
I was start DMing you, Nye, like, answer the questions. Then you replied like a bit late.
Bro, I saw your DMs and I was looking. I could not find where the fucking questions were. So yeah. I found them. We're good, guys. You guys can ask any questions you want. But why don't we just start off with talk about like how we're feeling, what's going on in our portfolios, like maybe a coin or two that we're super excited about, and as well as like what's your sentiment like with the whole overall market? Like, what are you feeling with?
All right, I can start, I guess.
Yeah, ladies first.
Well, thank you. First of all, my portfolio is doing really great right now. Thanks to the glorious Stelit call from the last podcast, as we all know. Well, yeah, I'm kind of bearish on Bitcoin, as we all should, I guess, right now, because there is no freaking way that we're gonna reverse from this spot. And I'm actually expecting to like for 900 around these levels to be like the bottom right now. I was kind of sure that we're gonna accelerate with the downfall from the last podcast that we did. But there's like a lot of like uncertainty and a lot of different news on the market that kind of make us consolidate a lot longer than I thought. But there is no freaking way that this is like the end of the bear market right now. And I'm also freaking bullish on alts, as I said also last time. I think that these levels currently, we are not even in a knife catching phase on KuCoin anymore. Like all of the wars bleeding alts are finally finding bottoms right now, and all of the Binance coins are finally consolidating as well, if they are not pumping like your Verge shitcoins and stuff, Shill and I.
God damn it.
So like people can talk shit whatever they want, like yeah, alts are going down anyway, Bitcoin's going down, but if you look at the Bitcoin dominance for the last 3 or 4 weeks right now, the only altcoins that are going down right now are Ethereum, Ripple, and all of the biggest ones. And the small caps, and especially like really low caps below 10 million, are holding really well. And well, there are already a lot of missed opportunities by people who are perma bears up to this point, and I expect this to continue. And even if we get a big sell-off in Bitcoin and stuff, I don't think that we're gonna get a big sell-off in altcoins. I think those levels that are right now, they're gonna stick. And even if it takes a little bit of time to start running like everyone expects us to, then those are still levels that are gonna hold Bitcoin wines. So, like, it depends on your strategy right now. I care more about like having my portfolio count in Bitcoin, so I'm good if accumulating and still holding whatever I have right now. And I think that we can really outperform Bitcoin even in short term. But if people are still staying in fiat because they're afraid that they're gonna lose it on alts right now, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get surprised how irrational this market can get in the next few days or weeks. So yeah, overall, still bearish on Bitcoin, still bullish on altcoins. Same position as it was last time, and it paid off quite well, I must say. On all the positions that we held on Binance and stuff, like it's still at least going up or not going down. I mean, what else we can say? There's a lot of really bullish news right now on many altcoins that can't be played. So
yeah,
let's find the opportunities and stop bitching around and crying about market going down. There's literally a lot of good plays going on.
I heard that your top two picks right now, orangutan, are TRX and Electronium. Is that true?
Yes, I'm actually really bullish to both. Thanks for the shields, by the way. Shield and I bought tracks thanks to you, and I already lost like 20% of my whole portfolio. So yeah, thanks for this.
Giving financial advice now, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot to start the podcast. There's no financial advice here, guys. We're all just doing this for entertainment.
I know it's all financial advice. You can sue us right when we finish the podcast.
Only Verso. Only Verso.
Yeah, blame Nye. He's American, so he's gonna get it the worst.
God damn it.
Yeah, I actually got the worst right now.
Oh yeah. Wait, where? Oh wait, I don't want to ask like shit like that. Where do you live, bro?
In Poland,
Um,
Are Poland strict right now? I mean, with
Poland,
crypto.
Poland actually just got the most strict crypto laws in the whole world, like last 2 days.
Really?
Like I don't know how do you deal with taxes in USA. I think that you also like have to pay a small amount from every trade that you do. If I'm not wrong, correct me.
shit, man. I haven't figured out the tax stuff yet.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that too, Monkey. You have to pay for each day trade. If you day trade, you're fucked, for example. But every trade, yeah, I've seen something like
We
that.
have to pay for every single trade that we do, even if it's fiat crypto or crypto to crypto. 1% of every trade, and you have to like fill a form for every trade that we did. And if you don't do it in like 2 weeks, then we are considered criminals by the law. So, for example, imagine that you're running some bots on exchanges that do like, I don't know, 500 trades per day. So you literally have to do like 500 individual forms per day and send them to like government and stuff. And if you don't do it and you don't pay 1% out of each trade that you do, you're basically being a criminal. And yeah, you're
This is Poland.
That
fucked.
sucks.
Yeah, this came out like 2 days ago, and there are people like calling exchanges being suicidal and stuff. There's like some really bad stuff going on right now.
That's gnarly, man. That's gnarly. Crazy. First,
Yeah, but thanks for the Tron Shill anyway.
That's weird, bro. Because isn't like, I don't know, you wouldn't really consider Poland that Eastern Europe, but I mean, aren't Eastern Europe very like crypto accepting?
It was more like the topic was not moved up to this point, like nobody was talking about it that much. But since like the tax period is well coming right now, and well, I guess government wants to get a little bit more money,
Yeah.
budget and stuff. They're just figuring out how to screw over all the crypto investors right now. And since they do not understand how crypto investing works, yeah, they just came up with the laws that might wreck some lives right now.
Yeah. What do you ask me now? My portfolio and stuff.
yeah, yeah. What are you feeling in terms of your portfolio and how you feeling with the overall market?
All right, well, overall portfolio, thanks to Monkey, XTL has been pretty lucrative the last few days. We have like a group chat on Twitter, most of the people in all the people in this podcast, and I screwed myself over a bit at the start with a few trying to, get the best price and just swing trade it. But other than that, my portfolio has been pretty steady. I have like my biggest position is in Dragon Chain, and I've literally held that. I know I shouldn't have, but I've held that since I bought in at 40 cents, and then I've just held since, up and down. So yeah, my portfolio has been all right. I'm really busy, so I can't look into all these alts at the moment. But yeah, I'm overall. Bitcoin, I'm not going to lie to you, viewers. I don't have a fucking clue. I don't think most people really know if it's going up or down, but I'm not even going to say if I'm bullish or bearish. But altcoins, I am bullish. Firstly, I know this isn't going to happen straight away, but the announcement, I don't know, did you talk about this in the last podcast about Binance announcing? Did you?
No, we haven't talked about this at all.
Yeah. So Binance are like they're moving to Malta, right? And I don't know if and they did announce that they're bringing in fiat pairs, right?
That was Bittrex.
No, Binance.
That was Binance. Yeah, they did. They're announced that they're going to do fiat pairs for alts. That's pretty.
Yeah, I think that's really bullish for alts in general. First of all, Binance is the biggest exchange. Second of all, finally, altcoins might not move as much in accordance to the Bitcoin price, which would be pretty awesome. If you have big investors coming in, buying on Binance, buying just with straight fiat, the Bitcoin movements aren't going to influence the altcoin prices as much as they do right now. So that's another reason. I think that's extremely bullish news for altcoins. Yeah, that's my general stance. But Bitcoin, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I really don't know at this point.
I'm gonna cut you off there for a second. We got some really good news. Moon Overlord has officially tweeted about us and our podcast. He says some of my quote unquote friends are doing a podcast. I figured that's some fucking bigger than mine.
Moon tweeted that.
Moon tweeted it, man. We made it, guys. We made it.
Oh, bro, thanks, Moon. If you're listening, bro. If you guys didn't know, it's Moon's 13th birthday in like what, next week?
Something like that.
So don't forget to wish him happy birthday on Twitter. Make sure to spam it. You only turn into a teenager once in your life, bro.
I've seen him once. He really is.
Moon, you should come on, bro.
No, man. Stop it.
Moon ain't about it.
Your turn.
So I'm fucking bullish, man. I mean, I'm not super bullish on Bitcoin. I don't think we've hit the bottom, but I'm like Monkey. I'm bullish on alts. You know, I don't think we're gonna see any better prices for a lot of these alts. Some of them have just really bottomed out, and you're looking at some fucking like really epic entries for the future. Hodor, we don't know what Moon's age is. We're just joking. Some people are talking in the chat. I'm super bullish on alts, like I said. I'm not super bullish on Bitcoin, but I'm also not like super bearish. I think we're going to go sideways for a little while. Probably keep bouncing between like 6,500 and 7,500 is kind of my guess. But we'll kind of see. I'm not really attached to that idea, and I'm also don't think we're going to go up from here. I think we're just kind of seeing whales play and manipulate the price and get people to sell off and load up with more of their bags. I am seeing more and more bullish news on Bitcoin, so I'm super stoked about that. I mean, I saw today that the price for local Bitcoins, or the amount of people purchasing off of localbitcoin.com in Canada is just like absolutely skyrocketed in the last month. So that's some super positive news.
Have you guys ever used local Bitcoin?
No, I've never used it.
I don't know. It seems sketchy because you meet people, right, for cash.
I mean, you can do cash or you can do like PayPal. I've seen people do PayPal.
Bro, PayPal. Okay, can I tell you a quick story, or I'll wait for you to finish your.
Let me just finish this thought up.
Yeah,
It's like one question. Angie asked, do you guys guess that the Verge partnership is going to be a flop or legit?
Of course, it's going to be a flop.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a flop.
I think it's going to be a flop too.
Like, I'm riding it. I'm in Verge right now.
No one reason to trust Verge up to this point with anything they have delivered, which is nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, they raised money to confirm a partnership, even though they're already fucking millionaires from the point when they started this as like a fun coin, and they went to few $1 billion market cap. If they do not have money for a partnership, I mean, let's not get naive here. This is one big joke. the whole project right now, it's not even a private coin. I don't think there's any single coin right now on the coin market cap that gets hacked as much as Verge during last 3 months.
Yeah, I feel like the thing is with Verge, it has one of the big. No disrespect to any Verge holders watching, as that was one of my first buys too, and I'm not gonna lie, never ever thought it would go to 1 billion market cap. But they have one of the biggest cult followings, so I don't even think they really believe it, but they have to shill it themselves at this point. They really do have a real cult kind of vibe going on there. They're one of the biggest shillers of their own coin that exists. And I don't even think their own shilling is genuine. I feel like they're at a point where they're just like, shit, we need to shill this, even if they don't believe it themselves. But I don't like Verge anymore. I remember I saw some sketchy stuff about the owners, or whatever you call it, CEOs of Verge. They were always a bit not very professional, let's just say. That old Twitter and stuff, some of the stuff they tweet was a bit weird. I never really liked it since then.
Man,
yeah, CEO is a big of word for Verge owners, actually. I mean, this is a guy that started as a Dogecoin Dark, and like even when they rebranded to Verge, like one of the posts on Bitcoin Talk was the main developer, like the owner of Verge, saying something like, "Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. It might be like a gaming coin or stuff. We're just gonna
Oh
see
yeah, I saw them.
it." I mean, you cannot go from that point to suddenly like completely serious private best coin out there. I mean, they really didn't even develop that much since being a Dogecoin Dark. I mean, that the whole technology there is like non-existing. The Wrath protocol and stuff, like it doesn't. It's not. No.
Should we, as we're talking about Verge? Oh, sorry, you're lagging a bit.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, as we're talking about Verge, we have to commend the team on one thing. Like we're in a podcast with the biggest social media guru in the world, Shill. Apparently, like he's a social media guru anyway.
Yeah.
Have to commend the Verge team on their marketing. Like what do you think is the secret to the like community they've created? Do you think it's to do with the low price? You know, people don't understand market caps. What do you think it is that made them create such a loyal like community? Because you have to say they did a good job.
Money.
I think it's just the immaturity of the market. And yeah, Bella, Shill the neck tat guy. That might be my new thing. But no, I think it's just the immaturity of the market, Verso. I think that, like you said, people don't know market cap. They don't understand like that a cheap coin is not necessarily like a cheap coin.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand that Ripple, even though it's like 70 cents or whatever it is right now, is still like the third most expensive coin because the market cap's so high. They don't get that concept. And Verge is just, their marketing is just like absolutely amazing. They've created some sort of a cult following along with Tron. And Adult Crypto News is asking me who has the worst community, Verge or Tron. I think they're both equal because I think they're probably both the same community.
No, for sure not, man.
Which one? Which one you think?
Tron holders know that they're holding shit. I mean, Tron does not have a product or anything. They just know it's gonna make them money. Verge holders, on the other hand, think that Verge is actually a legit coin. Like, go hashtag on Twitter, just read the comments. Like, people, even holders of Tron, are making fun of it, while Verge holders are literally supporting and like being toxic to other communities.
Yeah,
it's like the point why those two are really popular is because it's easy to sell the idea. I mean, outside of this, that they are freaking cheap and stuff. Verge coins are like privacy coin, and there's like big boom on privacy right now. And Tron with the Justin Sun or whatever his name is, like the owner of it, like I don't think I've ever seen a shiller as good as this guy. I mean, when people do not do any fundamental analysis at all in crypto, they do not understand the tech and stuff, like the buzzwords and like the announcements that this guy makes almost every day. Like, there is no way that Tron is not gonna be a freaking huge deal even in the future, even if they don't deliver anything, because, well, they basically do not have any innovative about the tech anyway.
Yeah.
That's how the speculation works in crypto.
No, yeah, I agree with you were saying I don't know if you just didn't finish sentence, but I feel like they are trying to sell that dream that to people that don't understand market cap, that, oh, we're the next $10,000 coin. Look at market cap. That is literally impossible. People that don't understand market cap are like, oh my God, look at Bitcoin. It's $10,000. Obviously, it's just an example. It's $10,000. Verge is way better tech. They don't look at supply. They just look at price and they go, oh my God, look at how much profit can be made if Verge just even goes to $10. I think, but I thought that at the start, but here's where it gets a bit interesting. is it possible for there to be that big of an amount of naive people to make a market cap over $1 billion? That's what shocks me, because the volume, it's not just noobs, it's not people that are 12 years old buying this. It must be big investors too.
I mean, it, like, just going back to my first point, it just shows the immaturity of the space, you know. It shows that we're like, those coins just show that we're in the very, very beginning phases of this cryptocurrency thing. To me, it's just more proof to me. I think that once we begin to evolve more, and probably very quickly and probably very soon, these coins are going to die. And the only coins that are really going to survive are the coins that actually provide value to the space and actually provide value to their projects, actually provide some sort of technology or some sort of device that can actually enhance the space or enhance people's lives, or change some sort of thing in real life, and make a big difference. But right now we aren't seeing that, you know. Like DePaul just commented here, he says, no idea why people hate money so much that they would complain about a pump. But like, we're not complaining about pumps. We're talking about the actual technology behind these coins. And like DePaul, I'm in Verge right now. You know, I'm riding it until the announcement, because I know it's going to pump and I know it's going to make me money. And at the same time, I recognize that Verge is a shitcoin that I won't hold, because a lot of what Orangutan said, and a lot of what Verso said, and the fact that it's not a coin with potential for the future, in my opinion. It's one of the coins that will die when
they're just selling a dream that's never going to come true, in my opinion.
Like, the keyword, this distribution, I mean, you cannot get a coin with that big of a supply over like a few dollars, because like there are people who bought large amounts of it at like 2 or 3 satoshis, and you cannot pump a coin like this to $2 or $3 without having people that can literally dump the price individually of that coin like minus 10 or 20% down.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's not like it's just worth $2 or $3 and nothing happens. Like, there are whales, there are people becoming whales every time this pumps like 20-30% up from the initial buys. Like, the distribution of this, people don't understand like how like coin economics works. Like, if Verge is ever going to be above like $3 or $4, is because, well, Bitcoin is gonna be high as fuck, not because Verge is gonna grow that much. Because like there are intelligent people that will not allow this to like pump.
Yeah, exactly. Because the early whales, they're the early adopters. They're smart. They know.
They will take profit. They will, yeah. I mean, you cannot say that this brainless community can drive the price up by themselves. There are people that are manipulating this price, and
I just wanted to explain one thing now, quickly.
Go for it, dude.
There's probably going to be some new people watching that are just kind of newish into crypto that don't, because we're just talking about market cap and stuff. I think I'm just going to try and briefly explain really quickly. I'm probably going to get the maths wrong. Why we're saying what we're saying. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's say we have Coin, yeah? And the supply is 1 trillion. No, we'll say supply is 1 million. Just because Coin is $10 a coin, that only puts the market cap at $10 million. When you look at a coin, you need to look at market cap, because that shows its real value. Because let's say I have a shit coin called Moon Coin, and that has 1 trillion supply. Just because it's worth like not even 1 cent, its market cap is still way, way higher than Coin. You need to look at market cap. And I was exactly like you guys, if you guys don't understand. So at the start, that's why I was saying at the start of the podcast, the first coin, the first coin I bought was Ripple, because I was a noob. I'm like, oh, this is so cheap. Like, this is going to be the next Bitcoin, because I didn't understand the importance of market cap. So if I did a shit job of explaining it there, just look into it and you'll be like, whoa, I was a retard. And then you'll realize like the importance of it.
No doubt. No, I think that's
a different thing to play this out. I mean, I personally play this like, I know people do not understand market cap that well. That's why I really think that low sat coins are going to like be the biggest gainers this upcoming season. Because like this is a psychological level. Like if you can buy few millions of a coin, it's more like you feel better while doing this than like, for example, buy, I don't know, tell me one expensive coin right now with low supply.
ELA.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, right. It's better to buy like for 5 millions of Verge or whatever than buying like a small part of a coin that's worth even a few $100, but the supply is like 100 or something. Like
That's very true.
like the psychology is like, this is what pushes market right now. Like this is not about real value of a coin. It's about the speculation and it's about what people think about it. So you have to, even if you don't agree with it, you have to kind of play with it. So that's why like all these car vertical, like Tailcoin, like Verge and stuff, all these really cheap coins, even if they are not really fundamentally sound, although Tailcoin and car vertical are good, they are going to be like the first targets of people that enter the exchange and they
Yeah.
have touched crypto before and they're like, my fucking God, this is cheap as fuck. I'm going to buy this one.
Look at Pondy X, the ICO. I could be wrong. I'm just saying, in case I'm wrong. They changed their supply, and the reason they gave was, oh, it would work better, I think, like with our like white paper, or how we're going to distribute it. They had a way lower supply, and they turned the supply into like 42 billion or something crazy like that. And I think, honestly, the real reason they did it is because they're trying to take advantage of these people that don't understand market cap. It kind of put me off a little bit, but I could be wrong.
What is the name of the ICO? Because I didn't hear.
Well, it's not an ICO anymore, but Pondy X.
This the one that Ian Shilina was a big investor in.
Yeah, Ian Shalina. Sorry, Ian Bellina. Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck this project then.
No, but I feel like that was a bit scummy. I actually think they changed that just to try and play into the kind of demographic of crypto news we're talking about right now. So I just, anyway, to finish this point about market cap, because it is pretty important to talk about, it is, just look at it. If you don't understand after us explaining it, look at it and understand where the value of a coin is. It's all about market cap.
True. It's definitely true. I mean,
in a rational world, but if we are in a bull market, yeah, you have to play like
True, yeah.
according to the noobs.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, unless you're like a pro and you know how it's going to work, you can take advantage of low market caps because you know noobs will fall for it. But yeah, but in general, market cap, I mean, market supply, well, whatever. Just next thing. I'm just chatting shit right now.
you guys are right. That's why people like OCN and stuff like that. Not like it does have a low market cap of like 20 million, but it's also at a penny, you know. And
I mean, low market cap also means low exposition. You always want to be in the coins with a low exposition, so we can also look at this way.
No doubt, I like it. I like it. So we got a couple more minutes left, at least like 15 to 20 minutes at most. Why don't we just move on and mention like 1 to 3 coins that we're each like super bullish on at the moment, and that we like headed into the next few like weeks and months.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You can go.
Yeah. Why don't you
All right. Well, I was gonna say Chainlink because it is. Firstly, I'm just saying this now. This is financial advice. Go and buy Chainlink.
It is.
Like it is. Okay, I'm gonna explain it very briefly because the amount of info I have on it is a lot of it I'm reading and a lot of it I know in general. I'm just putting that out there. I guess most people won't really understand a lot of the things I'm talking about, but Chainlink, it solves a big problem for smart contracts. So like smart contracts, they execute like a trade. For example, 1 ETH for, I don't know, 1,000 link for 10 ETH. It looks at what both ends put in, and you can never get ripped off by it. That's what a smart contract is. Businesses are already starting to use it, and it's gonna take over the entire. In my opinion, smart contracts are like going to be a multi-trillion-dollar market. The thing that that Chainlink does, it adds a thing. What's the word? It adds monkey, you know it, bro. What's it called? I can't think of the fucking word.
Oracles.
Oracles. That's it. Oracles. So oracles, they kind of like translate data. So it can basically turn Ethereum, which is a smart contract, it can make one chain link by one, I don't know, concert ticket. It adds variables and makes it more smart. It makes a smart contract basically more smart. So it fixes a huge problem. I know, like, I was a bit, there's a bit of a shitty like explanation because it's kind of complicated, but trust me, financial advice from Crypto Verso by Chainlink, and look into, obviously do your own research, but I want to do a whole article on it and get into more detail in the next podcast when we have more people on and stuff. I'll explain it a lot better. But yeah.
This is one of the points that do not have a really good communication on like hype news and stuff.
Yeah.
But the technology itself, like, it's one of the coins that you just wait for it to boom, and if it does, then suddenly everybody is like excited, like, oh my god, this can do this and this and this. Like, it's one of the coins that is gonna defend itself by the fundamentals, even if like it doesn't generate hype in a short to mid term. I mean, there is no other project right now that's working as hard as Chainlink and like does the same thing right now. So I really don't see this one as I hold it myself, so I cannot talk shit about this one.
The also another thing, I think people are mentioning it in the chat. Yeah, the mainnet is coming out soon. Like, when we say soon, I heard from someone Q3. Monkey told me he heard, or he looked at the GitHub or something, and he thought it was going to be a lot sooner. We don't know when soon is. Definitely this year. But I also got told by someone that studied Chainlink a shit ton that they will not announce any partnerships until the mainnet release. So you could expect, I'm saying could, like, don't go and put your whole life savings on it. Well, you should, but still. You could expect them to announce a lot of partnerships like the second they release their mainnet. That wouldn't surprise me at all. They're the kind of team that put their head down, get themselves to work, and then they'll just be the kind of team that'll be like, oh, by the way, we got a partnership with Google. They won't, there's no hype. Yeah.
You got any other picks, Verso, or is Link like your main?
Yeah, briefly. Monkey said a lot of people have been like asking him about this, but Request Network, I'll just give a few points why. Request Network is kind of like a decentralized PayPal, but not only does it want to take that market, it also wants to literally take over the whole accounting world, which is trillions of dollars. It wants to be like a decentralized accounting system. I think they call it a third layer accounting system or something. But not just that, they have an active partnership with PwC. I don't know if people in the chat know, that's PricewaterhouseCoopers or something. They have a partnership with PwC France. And it's no one really speaks about it. I don't know, Monkey, you said a lot of people spoke to you about Request Network. I don't know if they're talking about the PwC partnership, but like, I mean, also another thing.
That's like this kind of, yeah.
Yeah, another thing that makes me like Request Network, PayPal will not be able to compete with Request Network. PayPal has shareholders, and they need to impress their shareholders to be a profitable company. Their Request Network is a non-profit and its fees are tiny, and PayPal will just not be able to compete with Request Network. That makes me like very bullish on the coin too, because when big companies like that just can't compete because it's not a viable option, that makes me bullish on them. But yeah,
I dig it. Monkey, what you got for us? What picks you looking at?
I doubt that I'm gonna have a next elite this time, because that was too insane. But like for the midterm holds, well, everybody knows that I'm kind of bullish on T-Food, which is the Vietnamese supplant coin. Like this this is right now, I think it's 7 or 8 million market cap. And this is actually a company that's already working with Auchan and like one of the biggest food markets around the world and stuff. Like they are getting revenues. They're basically from the whole business perspective, they're above like 98, 99% of crypto projects right now. They're bringing revenues, like they have a big team, they have huge amount of like customers and stuff. They're just bringing blockchain to improve their product that is already existing. I mean, this is not like a hype coin. They are not. They are on the Vietnamese market, so it's kind of makes it a little bit difficult. But from the business perspective, fundamentally, this has no reason to be below any other supply coin right now outside of Venchain because like this one's fucking ridiculous. But like even Track, even like Sheep Chain or whatever, like all these supply coins, they got nothing on T-Food when it comes to like working business right now. So for me, it's just a matter of time when it catches up, and if it does, well, I think it's gonna get a lot higher. I think it's gonna be one of the better supplying coins right now because like Vietnam is a big market and they are already like expanding to also Germany, I think, and a few other ones. So this isn't like a speculation project. This is a little like how much can they expand kind of deal. So like this is one of the more bullish projects, and the second one is Quantum Stamp, which I mentioned today also, and that's mostly because like they are doing auditing of smart contracts on Ethereum and other platforms, and the big deal with this one is that holders of the coins also can get all the like a percentage of the supply of the coins that are gonna get audited by the Quantum Stamp, which like not only encourages people to hold the coins, which well reduces the amount of security supply on the exchanges and stuff, but like the sole idea of like auditing the smart contract and stuff and the team behind it, like there are a lot of really good entrepreneurs already on the core squad and stuff. Not many people talk about it right now. There was a big hype before when it came out and stuff, but the security on blockchain is a big deal, even if like nobody talks about it yet, because well, the technology itself is in very early stages, but it is going to need a lot of projects like Hacken or Quantum Stamp to really like develop further. And well, since Ethereum is the number one network and they're already working with it, and I'm not sure if they're working with Neo yet, but even if they are, this is like number one coin right now, security wise for smart contracts for the biggest platform. So I don't think you can go wrong here.
Yeah.
But this is a midterm hold. Like, do not expect this to really pump anyway, because it's kind of still bleeding. It was it had a reversing chance as I charted recently, but I think you're gonna see it a little bit lower before it really stabilizes and starts consolidating. So don't go crazy on it, but be aware of the fundamentals because yeah, long term this might be a very big winner.
Dig it. Someone asked T Foods versus Track.
It's a very different thing because Track can actually work with any other supplying coin because they're like a protocol that can be used with every different product right now, while T-Foods is like a low-standing supply solution. I wouldn't compare them like directly, but from the market cap perspective, there is no reason why T-Food should be lower than Track right now, since they are more developed business-wise right now than Track is. So I won't speak about like the potential because they're both pretty massive. But I'm also like a big fan of Track, but Comparing the both of them, T-Food is definitely more undervalued right now.
Dig it. I dig it. For me, it's probably going to be very similar to the coins that I talked about 2 weeks ago when we did our first episode. But Tomo, I really like Tomo Chain. I think it's super undervalued right now. Damn, I really shouldn't say undervalued. That's like the most noob thing to say. But it's got a low market cap, and they're already like beginning to launch ICOs on their platform, or at least scheduling ICOs to be launched on their platform. There's a few that have already started to announce that they're going to be launched on the Tomo Chain platform. So that's super exciting. They've got a good roadmap as well. And I own a decent bag of Tomo Chain, so I'm bullish on that project.
What differentiates it from like Dragon Chain? Is it completely different, like niche?
What?
Wait, what? Wait, isn't Tomo like? Doesn't it? Isn't it like an ice? Not an ICO. Wait, what is Tomo? Yeah, it releases ICOs and stuff like Dragon Chain.
Yeah, it's also like it's also a platform, but Tomo Chain like plans to solve like scalability issues in Ethereum and stuff because they were like working off chain.
Oh.
But the Tomo is like they already have a pretty good TPS right now count, if I'm not mistaken, and like they're already working like an application of their own and stuff. It's like a quite well developed project already. But the problem is that the main selling point right now is that they're gonna solve the scalability issues of Ethereum. They can also solve like any other platform scalability issues if they have it. But people act like Ethereum is not going to get any development at all in the following months. And Ethereum is, well, still the number 2 currency, and they're probably going to stick with that position for a long time. And if Ethereum is going to like develop enough to get all these issues right now, and all the issues right now is scalability with them, Tomo Chain loses a very, very big unique selling proposition at this moment. So I don't consider this such a long-term pick as many other people do. I think that this is really undervalued right now, and it might get huge, but there are a big risks that the technology that they are creating will not be as innovative as they say it is right now. So like take it with a grain of salt, like how big this project can get, like for the future. For the short term, I think it's really a very good investment. But
everything I say should be taken with a grain of salt. So anyone who's listening needs to fucking know that.
Yeah, she and I actually sucks as a crypto investor, so yeah, we should.
Yeah, damn it. But yeah, I also like Tomo Chain because they're partnerships, and Neo invested in them. They just signed a partnership this week with
Zero Chain.
Yeah, so
I'm invested in that ICO.
That's pretty cool. Besides that, I like Origin Trail. I know I said it 2 weeks ago. I'll probably keep saying it again and again. I'm a huge track fan. I own a decent amount of track, and I think we're gonna keep going up and up. I don't think. I think this is just the beginning for track, and I won't talk too much about track because Monkey already covered a little bit of track versus T Foods. But I don't own any T Foods right now, but I'm most likely gonna pick up a bag very very soon. And what else was I gonna say? Angie asked if I have, or if any of us have any long-term holds. Let's answer that question. Then I got one more question, and then we'll.
All right, depends on what long-term hold is, because I don't think that holding a coin. Well, I've spoken about it a few times already, but I don't think that holding a coin for 1 year makes any sense right now. Because like the market cycles are getting so quick, like there is no reason for you not to sell your long-term hold when it reaches the peak and buying back lower 3 or 4 times cheaper to just get more of it to your long-term position later. You're basically like missing opportunity cost. This is a missed opportunity cost right now. Like you're holding a coin for a year and you're like going through 2 or 3 market cycles during that time. You're just missing a lot of money, basically. So long-term hold in current crypto stage, I don't think it should be considered more than like 2 or 3 months.
Monkey on that. My long-term vision, I got a long-term vision in terms of like the businesses I want to create and stuff like that goes into the future. But my long-term vision with like investment in terms of cryptocurrency is like the end of the year. Like I don't really think of anything that's going to happen next year in cryptocurrency. I'm only really keeping that kind of a vision going on and seeing like the opportunities
of predict what's going to happen in like 2 weeks. So let's not talk what's going to happen like by the end of the year. Nobody knows that.
Exactly.
If you guys had to pick a coin
by weekend, let's go from that.
You had to pick a coin until that you could only sell January 2019. What would it be? And it has, what would it be? And just what would it be?
Yeah, I'm still going with Enigma.
I'm going Chainlink or Dragon Chain.
All good choices. I got one good question that we can all answer, and then we'll wrap it up. I think we've had a good episode so far. What piece of advice would you give to someone coming into crypto right now, or who's been in crypto throughout this bear month and started in like January or December? What piece of advice would you give them if they're still here?
If they're still here, I can give a piece of advice for anybody right now that just enter or not. Like a lot of people consider Twitter as like the main crypto space, the source of information and stuff. Like you don't realize how many of the big accounts are paid off to shill coins, and how many of them like making money of you basically. Like there's a lot of really salty people right now that listened to shillers during like the last few months that told them to buy the coins and stuff, and they're like saying like, yeah, because of you I lost so much money and shit. Well, the only person that you can blame is you, because if you cannot trade without using Twitter, you cannot trade at all. Like there is no way that any investment decision should be ever confirmed with other person outside of yourself. I mean, even if your favorite gurus like Perma, but like greatest chartists on Twitter right now, it doesn't matter what they say. Like the decision should only be yours. You can like learn from them and stuff, but even those guys are wrong very often, and the only person that gets the wrong side of the trade is you. So if you could try right now trading even for 2 weeks without any help, without any Twitter like Reddit or whatever, just try it, just see how you do, and then you can see like how much skill you really do have when you don't see like all the charts, all the like fundamentals and stuff. Like if you cannot do it without this, I doubt that you can stay that you can stay long in this space. Profitable, like simply put.
My piece of first of all, what Monkey just said, it's not bullshit. It's true. I know a few people that have received just for one tweet. I'll give you. I'm not going to say the names, obviously. I'll just to put it into perspective. One tweet or an article or even an interview will get paid between $20,000 and $100,000, even more sometimes. So don't always trust everything you see on Twitter. But my advice, quickly, I don't want to speak too long, is you're a lazy piece of shit if you would rather DM me, Nye, Captain, Mini Whale, Monkey, and say, oh, how do I trade? Oh, should I buy this? You're a lazy shit if you'd rather do that than just Google and learn yourself. The internet is the best tool we have. obviously, remember, Twitter has a lot of shitters, but the internet is the best tool we have. Use it. It's free. Don't pay for any paid groups unless Captain made a good point. He sells lessons. Unless you don't learn well by yourself, whatever. Like you might want, private lessons on TA or something. But honestly, Moon has a very good tweet. Go check out Moon Overlord's Twitter of like tools that you can use to learn. You are a lazy piece of shit if you just don't learn yourself. Anyone can do it. I'm not trying to make out like I'm a TA expert or know everything. Trust me, I'm not trying to sound like fucking a motivator or anything. I'm genuinely a normal person that just spent hours on the internet just learning everything I know now and going through experience and stuff. But honestly, those people that tweet shit like that, fucking hell, you're a lazy piece of shit. Just Google it, man, honestly.
Why so
I love
aggressive?
you guys. Yeah, I love you, by the way, too.
Yeah,
you know why I'm aggressive about it? Honestly, because I'm angry for them. Like, I want them to actually like put effort in. People just expect to put no effort and get big returns. I'm being angry to make a point that you can do it like yourself without other people's help. Like, I don't actually hate you guys.
But now coming in like 3 months in and having paid groups and stuff, like don't fall in love with your favorite Twitter gurus. I mean, you shouldn't listen to us anyway. Like, you should just shut this podcast down and go to
yeah. Yeah.
Especially Shill and I, like he's the worst.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Pretty much. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, unfollow him and follow us. No, I'm joking.
No, I've already unfollowed you. It's happened. But no, I'm with Monkey and Verso. I think they both make really good points. Kind of feeding off of what Monkey says is like, not only like if you can't make your own decisions and be like clear and decisive in your trading, like you're not just gonna fail in trading, you're gonna fail in life. Like for real. Like you need to be able to make your own decisions. You need to be able to have the capacity to learn from your decisions that you make, and that's why people are failing. People aren't failing because Twitter gurus gave them bad calls and they shilled a bunch of coins. Like, yeah, that sucks. You buy a coin at the top because some dude shilled ICX way too hard. It sucks. But the real matter of fact is you didn't do your research. You didn't study enough. And you're taking an L because you need to fucking learn. Really, in reality, if you're losing, if you lost a lot of money or you're down a lot of money in the last few months because of the bull period, this is perfect. Like you should be thanking every single person on Twitter and every single person who got you into crypto, because not only are you learning lessons for the future of your trading in cryptocurrency, but you're learning lessons for the future of life. Like you got to learn to take L's, you got to learn to take hits, and that's the only way you're going to get better at what you do.
And you guys would be surprised to like see how many of the big accounts right now know absolute shit about either fundamental or technical analysis. Like literally, there are people here that probably know less than you, and they have like 20, 30,000 followers while you have like 15.
Yeah.
And you could outtrade them like without any like effort. I mean,
some of the best traders that I know have like 1,000 followers and don't tweet at all.
That's the beauty of crypto. Like you don't have to be a genius or have loads of followers. A lot of people, as you said, that have a lot of followers know as much as you. So don't like limit yourself by the amount of followers you have or the influence you think you have.
No doubt. No doubt. All good piece of advice. Well, guys, we've been on here for about an hour now. Verso
already.
Yeah, dude. Verso, I'm super stoked that you joined us on this one. I'm super stoked. I hope you can join us on a bunch more of them in the future.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
Yep.
Mr. Orangutan, it's always a pleasure, sir. Everybody, we're gonna try and get the normal crew back next Sunday. Get a mini baby whale and Coinigy back in here, and probably start to have some guests each week too. Come in and talk, but. Glad everybody stuck around for episode 2 of Netflix and Shill.
Who do you want to see like as a guest potentially on the podcast? Maybe we can get them here.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Anybody who has like a specific person they want to see on the podcast, just tweet it at me or Orangutan or Verso and just tag that person and say you want to be on the podcast. or you want that person to be on the podcast. And yeah, guys, we'll see you next Sunday. This is at Netflix and Chill episode 2. Thanks for joining us.
Peace.
See you guys. Thanks.